Hi, Didrik.
Hi, Pierre.
So another week, another element to become a dream team.
Okay. And what topic do you want to discuss this week?
Photocopiers.
Photocopiers. These discussions get stranger every week.
Well, you know, the image of a photocopier is the same as the illustration. Can you guess of what?
Well, photocopiers copy documents.
Right. And how are these copies different or the same?
They're all the same.
Yeah. And that's also sometimes what happens within teams. People that try to copy themselves within others.
What do you mean?
Well, you've probably been in a situation when someone told you that you're not doing it the right way, and instead they were also telling you how to do it their way and showing it to you, right?
Yeah, that has happened.
And so what was your reaction?
Depends. Sometimes if I didn't know how to do certain stuff, I found it useful. Other times I did know how to do it. And then people forcing me to do it a certain way didn't feel always right because it wasn't the right way, at least not for me.
And you are right, huh? And most of the time people try to tell us what they do and how they do it, but it's not forcing. This is not always a good idea.
And why is that?
Because you said it, huh? It might be one way to do it, but maybe not the best way for you, for that person. And it's not always a good idea to try to force that.
Yeah, I can see, because in the end, we're all individuals. We all have our own preferences, habits, way of doing things.
And there's nothing wrong with that. However, things can go wrong when you try sometimes to force someone to be someone they are not, or to behave in some way which is not natural for them.
So what you're trying to say is that we need to accept our teammates as they are.
Yeah, and to be clear, acceptance doesn't mean that you can't ask for or help them or support and advise them. It just means that you accept them how they are and you don't try to change them, actually.
Okay, and so when you try to help people or advise them, it means that when you accept them as they are, you give them the freedom to find out what works for them and what works best for them, even if it's different than how you would do it.
Yeah, you got it. And so giving the people the freedom to figure out what works for them, then you will realize there is no bad or good way to do things, certain things. And you'll see that as long as they deliver the results, that's what is important at the end.
So it's about accepting the good and the bad in other people. Actually, probably understanding that it's not so much bad, just different, right?
Yeah, and so not trying to transform people into you is also kind of showing your acceptance. And can you have other examples in mind?
Well, I guess that people who don't feel accepted feel excluded. And so a good sign of having acceptance in a team might be if team members notice if other teammates stay on the sidelines.
Yeah, and even stronger when teammates actively try to pull back the teammates in the discussion and ask him, for example, for their opinions or for advice.
Yes, and we can even think, what would it mean if those same teammates would tell the teammate that's on the sideline what they observed from him or her and how it has helped the team?
Yeah, so acceptance is very important because when they feel accepted and included, people will try not only to be themselves, but their full self.
True. And when you feel comfortable to be your full self, you probably won't hold back anymore when working with the team.
Yeah, indeed. And so acceptance would be a good basis because people, when they feel accepted, they would feel confident to speak out, to voice their opinion and ideas, and also show commitment at the end.
Yeah, and I can definitely see how that will help to become a dream team.
If you want other insights more on the global approach to create a great team, check out our social media channels and you will see other content out there.